Hello everyone, John Anderson Pierre back again, another beer ramble. Today we're looking at New Belgium Bicycle Kick Kölsch style beer. 5.1% ABV. So far good scores. Of course, if we just came from the World Cup, where it was a lot of fun, even though the United States was not in the tournament, still was a pretty fun tournament to watch. And of course, France ended up winning over Croatia in the final match. So a lot of excitement, a lot of entertainment now, kind of waiting for football season to start and the baseball playoffs to get going. So right now, sports-wise, it's just baseball and not much else. So this is not an Olympic year. Well, it is. We just went through the winter games, not the summer games. But anyway. Of course, Kolsch right here, New Belgium, is a collaboration with New Belgium as well as a couple of other breweries based in Brazil, Mexico, England, Japan, to put together their combined effort to put together this interesting beer here. So this is a limited release, again, as I mentioned, during the World Cup. It has a scent of some fruit. Raisins, some grapefruit in this. Smells real good. Feels like full. Almost like a syrupy like scent I'm getting from this beer. Here's the beer looks like, of course, my nice glass I love right here. It says drink water, save water, drink beer. Very humid today. Kolsch or Kolsch style. Very little hint of fruit. Definitely some little hot character in this, but not much. This is definitely a summertime beer to have, without question. And this and what else you can say? Still a nice little lacing on top of this beer. Some of the brewers, as I mentioned, the countries they've involved, again, Brazil, England, Japan, South Africa. That's another country I forgot to mention. They have their own sort of breweries, and a lot of the European-style breweries, so those made overseas, in my opinion, tend to have better flavor, tend to be a little more bolder, a little more character, better characteristics in a beer to compare to those being made here. Which again, we do make some good beers here, but this one here, I mean, again, is a limited release right now, so I'm sure it'll be gone by the time the fall gets here. It'll be like out of here now that the World Cup is pretty much done now. So, and you've seen these. A lot of beer companies have done these different collaborations. I know one here in Alabama. Actually, a couple of breweries here in Alabama came together to put out a beer, and I think it was a fundraiser for the help of the folks who went through the tornado back in, I think it was 2012, 2013, I believe it was. That devastated mostly the central part of the state, Tuscaloosa, and Sports Illustrated did a story. Of course, all the Alabama players and Auburn players all joined hands to come together to help those victims rebuild and start over. And it was a real good thing to see. One can only hope that will it ever happen? Say Budweiser and Anheuser-Busch InBev collaborated with Yuengling on something, or maybe Sam Adams collaborating with with the people that make Carlsberg, highly unlikely. But anything, but it's all about cannibalizing each other. No, I'm going to beat you. No, I'm going to get you. No, I'm going to gobble you up. So. The Kolsch style I've had before has been the Ballast Point one, California brand that they have out, and I've had that, and I think I reviewed it, and I gave it a pretty fair score. But again, it's not one of the styles I tend to buy and get a lot, particularly this time of year. Again, lagers, pilsners, light lagers, those are the ones I tend to usually consume during this time of year. IPAs, maybe very on a limited amount basis. Limited. I'm thinking German food can go good with this, or something like pork, pork chops, yeah, but maybe a nice pork ribs. You can go with this. Maybe some fish, or for a clam bake, I'm sure. Some potatoes and clams, and all these different, corn and their different things, Maybe grilled tuna. This would probably go good with this. But again, New Belgium, of course, we know about the company, based in Colorado. Now, they have a brewery, I believe, in North Carolina now, employee-owned. Of course, they've been out there in that part of the country, the Rockies and out west, and then decided to sort of trickle their way here to this part of the country in 2013, I believe. Again, major ice storm we had, and then we started getting a lot of their beers here, and many others in this state. Many others in this region, out Florida, Tennessee, Mississippi. So, New Belgium is pretty much everywhere now. So, of course, the Fat Tire Amber Ale is one of their popular ones. Their Ranger IPA now, their Voodoo Ranger, they've changed the name. They have a Session IPA. It's kind of a bit lighter, I guess. They have triple, which I've had. They had the Abbey Road, or the Abbey, I'm sure. I'm not probably mispronouncing it. But of all of them I like, it's always been the Voodoo Ranger. That's the one that kind of gets me going. I'm sorry, y'all, I've got a fly in my camera outside, so forgive me. Just interfere in my recording. So, again, you would hope these collaborations would happen more often for maybe on a lot of other beers, maybe that would be available year-round, but again, will we ever have to see that happen? Maybe. I don't like, but maybe. But anyway, for the style, and again, we mentioned the combination of food you can have with this. Very good, very refreshing. Again, perfect for the summertime. Again, that's just for the summertime, my view is I prefer a light lager, the Pilsner. Light lager, Pilsner would be more for the summertime for me, and IPA, limited, but most of the two I mentioned would be in. If you want to add this to the summer, you consume with, why not? So, for the style and for the beer overall, and for the flavor of the beer, and it has this sort of that Euro feeling to it. I'm going to give this, it's a 3.75 out of 5. I'm going to go 3.9 out of 5. So that would be, I guess, a B+ for that one. So very refreshing, very good beer. Very enjoyable. So if you see this in the stores, get it while it can. Again, it's a limited release in celebration of the World Cup Soccer. Anyway, Sean Anderson here, the Beer Round. So I'm going to keep on watching those. Cheers. Go.